and then I took out 5 grand. Okay, so another withdrawal, because every time you want to be taking money out, putting it back in your pocket. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. In this video, I want to be taking you through how I flipped £500 into 29,000 in 5 weeks. If you actually look at the figures, she went down to £75. So really, I could title this video £75 to 29,000 in 5 weeks. I did that back in 2018, so that was 3 years ago now. I was 18 years old, and from there, I've kept that going with that particular strategy, which is now included in the course and memberships. From using that strategy over the past 3 years, I've now got what you see behind me, my company, proprietary trading firm, funding people. Instead of 1.5 million, I've now increased it up to 4 million US dollars. Some people out there, they're just bedroom traders. Obviously here, the proof's in the pudding, it's behind me, and all the funding that's going to be coming out in the month of August, it's all going to be kind of happening as well. So firstly, we're going to talk about how I did it and what it took for me to get to that point. So I'm going to show you my MT4 account so you guys can see all the trades that I took, and I'm going to show you that on the screen so you guys can go through all the trades, as well as showing you the trading nut video, which I'll pop up on the screen now, which got about 100, I think it's near enough 160,000 views, where I took him through how I made that money in such a short span of time. So in this video, I'm showing you all that, giving my take on it, and taking you through the strategy on my laptop at the end of the video. So please do stick around for that. If you do like this video, please drop it a like. So yeah, please drop a comment as well, guys, for future videos or anything you want to say about this video. Do appreciate it. And obviously, if you don't like the video, leave it dislike, because I just want your honest opinion. So let's start with how it happened. I started trading when I was 16 years old. This is kind of the introduction, should I say, short introduction. I started trading when I was 16. That was when I fell into it. Okay, I wanted to be a stockbroker because I knew that's where the big money was. I went up to London for work experience with my uncle. Didn't like it. Didn't like the whole rat race, 9 to 5, everything like that. So I looked into what I could do other than stockbroking, but a similar kind of route. I kind of fell into FX. I just found it one day, fell into it, started doing some research on YouTube, free stuff like that. So the thing is with YouTube content, there's so much stuff, too much noise. So I wanted to dial it down and find someone who can actually show me that they've been there and done that, and I wanted to learn from them. So I started buying courses here and there, started making more money, and then I started withdrawing, as you will be able to see soon, and I bought more courses, and then from that, I've now created my own strategy using the best parts of their strategies into one. So instead of buying 15 courses out there for, let's say, I don't know, £10,000, what my aim was to do is to make an affordable course, because there's some courses out there which are so expensive, and put everything I know into one, so it saves you guys going out there and wasting a bunch of money when you don't need to. Okay, so that's why I've created that. And then from there, since I was 18, it's just been kind of uphill climb. And then obviously lockdown came. I was supposed to go traveling, but that went on the back burner because you couldn't leave the country. And then obviously I created FX because I wanted to start helping people do what I do, become successful, free from their jobs, because that is the aim at the end of the day for everyone. And that's why I've created FX. I started in a smaller office because I didn't really know much about business, didn't really know if it was for me or not. And then when I figured out that it was for me, I then took the step to get a big office, start the trading floor up. As you can see behind me, it's all sold out now already, so there's no spaces left. I'm thinking of adding 2 more spaces over on this side. You can see on this table, these 2 tables. So if you guys are interested, and if I did get the demand, I will then add some more computers and some desktops on this side. And if we really get busy, I'll then get some more over the space behind you and get rid of these sofas. So if you are interested, please let me know about that. So yeah, and basically, guys, it's kind of that. It's not been a linear line. It's kind of up and downs in business as well, and trading, as you guys know. From being 18 to flipping that much money, I basically haven't really stopped because the strategy is so good. I've now got the funds to now fund people. I'm not really a big spender on flashy things, big cars, big houses. I'm reinvested back into the company and reinvested back into my students. I'm talking the talk, but I'm walking the walk at the same time. I'm now funding traders up to 4 million. Only the best traders will get that kind of funding, but you can obviously scale up as you go. So if you want to check that out, go check out my website. It will be out in the next week or 2. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, guys. You can see from starting when I was 16, and then it started kicking off when I was 18, so it took me 2 years. So if you guys are now a year or 2 years in your journey, don't give up, because that's not what you should do. You need to see it through and get that correct mentor for you, because that's what I did. I found a few different people that I liked, and I created my own thing. So maybe maybe that's what you guys need to do. So that's kind of the backstory of me and how I got to this point. So I've been training for over 5 years now, guys. It's not just something that happens overnight. It's not how it works. You need to be putting the work in where no one sees you putting the work in, okay? And that's how I've got to this point, as you can see it in my office. So really what you're here for is the funding, right? So right now I'm gonna get the screen up and I'll narrate it and talk about how it happened and my thought process as I was taking trades. From there, I'll show you on my laptop a screen recording of how the strategy works and how you guys can implement it. And if you guys then want more details, you can obviously check out my website and all that good stuff. So let's hop onto this. So if we look here, guys, you can see I'm just typing in the dates because this is the screenshot, the screen recording I used that to send off to the trading nut for the trading nut video. So you can see it was the 9th of November 2018, and that was up until the 16th of December 2018. So you can see that's 5 weeks, and you can see there, let me pause this video a second. You can see there it's £29,398, so near enough 29,500. I withdrew 8,500, as you can see, okay, and the balance after withdrawal was £21,398.76. So let's walk through this, guys, and I'll talk to you about how I was feeling and my emotions as I started off, because at the end of the day, a lot of people are out there who are trying to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. So if we press play again, and we can see, scroll up to the top, balance was £500, as you can see. That's what I deposited. Okay, so that was, the 500, and I lost £401 on my third trade. And then the next trade was GPUSD, which I lost another £14. So already that's down to £75. And then from there, I then accumulated 3p, then I accumulated 23p, £1.83, £5, £6, £5 with small lot sizes. And then I started making a bit more, 16.5, 428, okay, on USD CAD, take profit was hit. But basically, guys, my thought process behind this was, okay, if I put £500 in, as long as I make £500 back and I withdraw that, then I'm running risk-free. So as soon as you take your initial investment out, okay, so let's say you put £500 in, you made £2,000, you would then withdraw 500, so you're left with 1,500. Whatever you risk then on is all profit, right? So this wasn't, I'm not recommending you guys to do this and go out there and use high risk, but for me it was more of a test to disconnect myself from the money aspect, disconnect myself from the emotions with the trading. And ever since this happened, guys, I'm emotionless to the money, I'm emotionless when I'm trading, and that's the difference between a good trader and a bad trader. So if we carry on going through this, guys, you can see it started to accumulate loads, basically all blues, okay. Then I took out my initial investment, as you can see, minus 500, and then I started risking more money. Then you can see I did a 7-lot trade for 2,500, I then did a 5-lot trade, 3-lot trade, and you can see 500, 4,000, okay. £4,000 in one trade. USD CAD moved 130 pips, £4,000. So I was doing this when I was 18, guys, and as soon as I did this, the concept of money just disappeared, and this is what I want you guys to get to. And within the course, obviously I don't teach you to do this, I teach you to trade properly, but there's whole psychology sections that I've created to allow you to be emotionless to the money, because at the end of the day, guys, trading is 90% psychology, 10% skill. This is the difference, guys, and that's what I gained from early on. And then you can start seeing I made some big losses, 1,000, nearly £2,000 loss, then I took out another 3,000, okay, then I lost another 1,500, another 1,300, then I made back 3,000. So it's not just a linear line of making loads of wins, guys. It was up and down, but on my losses I didn't get carried away and I didn't start getting upset about it, and I didn't quit, because that's not what you do. My initial investment was back in my pocket, everything else was profit. So all those losses were profit, basically. Yeah, I made losses, but I'm still in profit. And as you can see, I started gaining again, 6,300 in one trade, which was 170, 160 pip trade on GN, 6,300, £3,000 on GN again, and then I took out 5 grand. Okay, so another withdrawal, because every time you want to be taking money out, putting it back in your pocket, because even if you make losses after that, you've still made, I've still withdrew, it's back in my hand, okay? So you have £5,000 withdrawal, and then after that, some more wins, 200, 300, 700. And then, we saw that it came to 29,398 at the end of that 5-week period, and I withdrew 8,500 within that period, because I wanted to bring some money back to myself, invest in myself, enjoy it, because that's what you guys were wanting to do. And that's what I teach you within the course, guys. I teach you that it's not all about just numbers on a chart or numbers on a screen. It's about taking back from the market, enjoying it, enjoying the fruits of your labor, and then you can obviously get some satisfaction from it, because then you know it's real when you have it right in front of you. You know, if that's buying a nice clothes or going out and enjoying a meal with your girlfriend or something, you're actually getting gratification from the market, and that's a big thing for traders. So guys, now that you've seen the proof and you've seen the screenshot, okay, let's go to the end of the video, and there you can see, I'm gonna pause it. That's my full name, Kenan Fernando. That was my account, and it was a real account, as you can see. So yeah, that is my BD Swiss account, which I had when I was 18, and there's the real account, guys. My full name, nothing to hide there, and you guys can see it. So hopefully you guys enjoy that little section, you know, walking through that. So we're gonna hop on the computer now, and I'm gonna teach you the strategy, some parts of it, and we can go over it so you guys can take something away from this. And after that, if you want some more help, you guys can obviously check out my website, DM me if you want to know more about my memberships and my courses, okay? Because at the end of the day, guys, people give courses such stick, but really that's what's got me here today, getting knowledge from other people, better traders than myself, because you can always learn more. Right guys, we've now come over to the computer where I can show you the strategy, break it down for you, and hopefully you can take some notes and learn a few things along the way. So let's get straight into this. Actual analysis I gave out to my membership group, and a trade we actually took at the end of last week, okay? And I'm gonna take you through the reasons why. I trade off a thing called confluences. This is just a fancy name for reasons to take a trade. I'm gonna basically be taking you through them. You guys can take notes. So by the end of the video, my analysis should be looking exactly the same as what we have now. But rather than you not understanding it, by the end of the video, you actually will understand each section of the analysis. So let's clear the chart. So right click, remove drawings, and now we're going to be going through each kind of step that I take when I'm taking trades, and hopefully you guys can implement this for yourselves, and you can start using the strategy I used, flipping, you know, the £75 into 29,000 in 5 weeks. The first thing we're going to do is obviously have our favorites bar present. We want to press the trend line. You know, we want to be doing top-down analysis. I'm not going to go into right now because it's a bit long for this video, but we want to look from higher time frames down, we're placing on the trend line. So if we actually go back in time here before we do anything else, and I remove this because this hadn't happened yet, okay guys, all that would have seen is this is what would have been occurring, and I'd have seen here one touch at the bottom, two touch at the top here to make this kind of trend line, okay? 1, 2, so you've got one at the bottom here, and this is your second touch over here, so you've got 1, 2, okay? Also, we can see that the daily EMA has basically been respected since the 28th of May. Yes, price had a little breakthrough beneath it here, but you can see every time it came near it, it pushes up, came near it, pushes it back up. So it was acting as dynamic support. So we got a trend line, which is acting as support as well, but the difference between a trend line and an EMA is one is moving, right? The EMA is moving, so it's called a dynamic, because dynamic means moving, so dynamic support. So we use the EMA to obviously take trades. If you guys want to know what EMA I use, obviously you can get that within the course and within the membership group, so if you want to check that out, so you come on board. But the next thing we want to do, we found what EMA has been respected for a significant time period, which is obviously over 2 months. And now the next thing we want to do is place our Fibonacci from the last significant low, which you can see here, to where price has the bullish leg has stopped, okay? So here I can see, you know, price has stopped at this double top, okay, around this kind of area. You can see this was a kind of resistance area, and this was a resistance area as well. So you can see that was a double top, so it's quite predictable, guys. Price has stopped at that zone. That's where the Fibonacci will be placed. The 0% is always at the top of the leg, and now we'd obviously wait for the retracement back down to our golden fib zone. We can zoom in and look and potentially find a psychological level. So if we zoom in here, 196,500, okay, which is a round figure. Banks and big banks and institutions take trades off these kind of round figures, okay? They're not going to take it off 196,724,320. They'll take it off 196,000, 196,500, 196 or 197,000, and so on and so forth. So we can actually use these areas of interest and, you know, be smart about it to actually help us with areas of where price could come into and then have a reversal from. So what aligns around that kind of 196,500 level? We have the 71% fib, which is one of my favorite fibs, EMA, which is also there. But obviously we've seen wicks through the EMA, so there's nothing to worry about if the EMA pushes up like this, okay, because we might see some, you know, wicks into this area here before we see price push to the upside. If I just backspace these and show you guys, So now, obviously, we're looking for price to come back into this region, into that point of confluence, which is what I was talking about before, where the point of, where we have the most reasons to take a trade, where all of our confluences are aligning. So this is the tool we're putting on, which is a long position. Okay, we have our stops just beneath this area here. So if price does have a bit of a sell-off, we won't get stopped out because, liquidity from the market's being taken from this area. This is going to be just above a 4% trade, and we're now looking for a long position because we have trend line, we have a dynamic support, which is the EMA, we have structure, which is resistance to the left here, and then we have support, looking for that support again, and then we have the psychological level 196,500, and this is what I marked on for my guys and what I gave out live within my membership group. Okay, so if we play this out one by one, price came in for many days, as you can see. You could scale down to the 4-hour time frame. You could have seen all the rejection candlesticks on the 4-hour from the point of confluence, which is what I just taught you. Okay, we have all these regions, 71% EMA trend line, and it came into this area. The rejection candlesticks, which I teach within the course, basically tell you the story that momentum is coming out of the market, the bears are coming out of the market, and the bulls are trying to come back in and take it back up to the upside. And these specific candlesticks, which I teach, show you that, and you basically just start reading a book, guys. You're just reading the story of the candlesticks, and they tell you what to do. So I would have taken a long position from this point here, these wicks here. So let's say we entered the position off this pink zone here, off that 71%, like I teach, and now if we play this out, we can see price flies up. Okay, so we can see now this is live today as we speak. Price has hit our first take profit and second take profit. We've taken some profits off the table for around 3%, and now we're letting this ride up to our last take profit for the 4% figure. So as you can see, guys, we're not guessing, we're not just taking trades off of support and resistance. We're actually taking trades off, multiple reasons. So trend line, EMA, structure, golden fib zone, psychological level, all these reasons take a trade. So hopefully you guys are getting a bit of an idea of how I trade. Okay, sometimes it might be more on the daily, sometimes it might be on the 4-hour, sometimes it might be more swing trading. So I'm quite adaptable to the market, and you can see here that's a nice 3%. So if you guys are going for funding, whether that's FTMO or my funding when it comes out, you can do 4% even in a week, and you can do that consistently. 4 times 4 is 16%, and if you can get funded on a £2 million account, you're happy days. So yeah, guys, we've actually closed out partial profits for 3%, and now we're obviously letting this play out this week. Hopefully going to hit the 4% figure, and this is only one of the trades we've taken. We've taken quite a few. We're in about 5 or 6. So if you guys think about that, if you can make 4% over 5 or 6 trades, like me and my members are doing, you're obviously going to be making a lot of money. So check it out, it's down below. It's $49.99 a month. Okay, it's really cheap. Okay, there's other people there that are more expensive, and they don't give the kind of content I give. As well as that, there's a free course. If you're brand new here, please do check that out, because even if you aren't a beginner, there is some really good information within there, and it'll probably only take you an hour or two, probably about an hour to go through. You might love it. Okay, you might learn something completely new. So this is a strategy that I use to flip my account from £75 to 29,000 in 5 weeks. If you guys want more info on this specific strategy and daily updates, weekly analysis videos, sharing my ideas, you can join the membership group. And if you want to take it to the next level and become solely independent, KFX advanced course and beginner courses for you, because I want you guys to have the foundations there set, and then you can build on those foundations and onwards. If you guys do enjoy this video, please leave it a like. If you've got trading friends, please share it with them, because I'm sure they'd enjoy it and they can check out someone young like themselves doing something like this. I hope you guys stick around and subscribe, because I've got so much more cool content coming out in the future videos, day in the lives, taking you around vlogging content around the office, showing the trading floor. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later on.